am. This week on Roadworthy Rescues, Derek invited me to play Jeeps, and I drove it 40 feet, and we're broke already.
Well, we're down in Alabama, headed to a property full of Jeeps. I want to build a Jeep, kind of a throwback budget build, something a guy or gal can drive to work all week long and then have a little bit of fun with on the weekends. And I needed help. I needed someone that knows the off-road thing, so I got Dave here, who you all know and love from Dirt Every Day.
Hello. Yeah, I got a phone call a couple weeks ago, and they were like, you want to go down to the south and play Jeeps? And I was like, heck yeah, I want to go play Jeeps.
Jeeps, mud, you said in.
Yeah, I'm in.
But I'm not a Jeep guy and you're not a Jeep guy necessarily.
No, but I'm a truck guy, and you got a good combo of truck and Jeep going on up here at this guy's property.
I've put together several hundred cars at this point, trucks. I've never once built a Jeep.
And this guy, from what I saw, he's got a bunch of Wagoneers, early two-door Cherokee, J10, J200, J3000 pickups. So we're actually not really building a Jeep. We're going down to build a Jeep truck, right?
Right. Yeah.
All right. If it's like most Jeep guys, there's going to be plenty of parts floating around the yard.
Yep.
This guy's Cherokee Chief.
Yeah.
That thing's good.
Oh, wow.
Whole pile of them.
There's every color to pick from.
This is good. That's a variety.
This one looks pretty good.
Grand Wagoneer. Kind of boring, but really cool at the same time.
Got an engine.
Super Swampers make everything better. That one over there's step side. That's got mad style.
Oh, yeah.
Let me bet that one's not for sale.
Not for sale. There are quite a few out here that are sold or not for sale. Look at the graphics on this hood. Oh, this is sweet.
These might be the two best on the property.
Oh,
I'm a
for
sucker
sure.
for teal or seafoam green. This thing's amazing.
350. This is Buick powered. They actually had Buick 350s in these, and I'm a huge Buick fan. This thing is, look at the tires. They
It's
got
got
new
brand
tires.
new tires. I guarantee you this one's not for sale.
Not for sale. Speaking of not for sale, 715 back here,
So good.
ton and a quarter. All right, Dave, there's a lot of good stuff in this property. Half
Yeah.
of it's sold. We got to pick one. I'm thinking truck. I'd
Yeah.
like to do like a Jeep truck, J10 kind of thing.
I'm down.
So I'm thinking this brown one or the silver one. We should check them out a little more.
Let's go look at the silver one. The
Silver
brown
one?
one's
Silver one's got the bar in the back.
the brown one's got good running boards, but those things just get hung up on rocks.
So there's really only two out here. There's this brown one and this one. And this one's a short bed with a roll bar and a manual.
And a Bad Boy Club sticker. We are pretty much Jeep bad boys today.
This is gonna be it. Got a tire iron, proportioning valve,
This
and
thing is good.
an auxiliary fuel tank.
There's so much cool stuff about these. They got all this stainless trim around the windows. They're super cool. It's kind of a rusty pile, so probably won't get in trouble if we actually go and wheel it.
And a manual. It's got gauges, a tack, racing steering wheel.
It does.
It's already built. It smells like a shoebox full of snakeskins. It's not good. It's really not good. Yeah, so lift, tires, wheels. I don't know, hop the engine up a little, maybe a winch.
We driving it to your house, or are we gonna tow it?
Let's try to fire it up.
All right.
See if it'll drive. Should we pop the hood, see what we got?
Oh, that's a good one.
All right, V8.
It has an engine. That's a bonus. You play with that. I'm all excited about this front bumper. It's got like these little half bumper bumperette things. So we got a spot to like build a winch and keep it cool looking still.
Nice. According to the tag, this is a 362 barrel, which is pretty nice. Actually, AMC made 10 V8s,
Really?
as little as the 209 and as big as the 401. This is the third biggest. We put a 4 barrel on this, cleaned it up, gave her a tune-up.
Get rid of that mud wasp nest.
Yeah, the dirt daubers.
Why was this thing parked?
I have no idea.
It looks like a complete truck.
It's all here.
Things move.
Throttle's not stuck. So we landed on this silver J10. I believe it's a 72. We gotta really quickly try to get this thing running if we can, see where we're at on it. We're gonna try to drive it back to my shop. I'm gonna start with ignition, and we don't have a key for this, but I did see an ignition laying on that Wagoneer. You wanna try to
Get it all
do
together.
something in the dash? Yeah. And then we can spin this thing over and see if it's free, if the starter works, if we got spark, and then we can work on fuel, get this thing fired up, hopefully.
This part's pretty good.
Oh, it's had.
It's got new stuff.
Oh, see all that sulfur in there? So someone replaced this at some point and then immediately parked this, and you could tell because of the way that it is. All that rust and stuff in there and corrosion. We'll try to clean them, but probably have to replace it.
We're gonna have to build some cup holders in it, that's for sure. We didn't get that lucky. Just to use the key, I gotta swap it out.
It's got the go handle.
So these ones, kind of cool. I should be able just to push this forward and get it off of that little cam lock.
Fire test. No sparks. Anything burning in there? Smoke
Yeah,
anywhere?
you didn't put the battery in, did you?
Huh?
You didn't put the battery in yet, did you?
No, there's no battery in yet.
Okay. Look at that. I did a thing.
It works?
It's in there. I guess we could probably throw a battery and see if things light up.
Okay, done.
Battery's in.
Yep.
Ignition on.
Okay.
Brake light on. Do you want me to bump it?
Yep.
All right. All right, bumping.
Okay, go ahead again.
Dude, this is too good.
Okay. We have 72.96% spark. Some intermittence there, but probably enough to fire. In fact, give me 3 minutes and we'll see if this thing barks off. And for our second act, okay, now try her.
Cranking. Are you kidding me?
Oil pressure?
Oh, now 60.
All right, tires, and we're ready to go.
Let me try that again. Cranking. That's amazing.
Runs rough, but it runs.
It's doing something.
You want to try the clutch quick before it dies?
Yeah.
Yes!
It moves.
Wow.
This is too easy. This is what your show is all about?
Yep.
It's doing really easy stuff?
Normally it's engine swap day one. This is not like the normal Roadworthy rescues. It might be pulling fuel now, because... No, never mind.
It went forwards and backwards and fired up, and it's not even lunchtime yet. This is ridiculous.
So now, I'm gonna hook up a temporary fuel system because we don't know what's in that leaf-covered tank in the bed, so we can actually get some fresh fuel in here. There's nothing pouring out of the carb yet, but we haven't hit it with pressure, so we're gonna have to wait and see what the fuel making happener does. Then we can see if the thing is charging, and if that's the case, we just need some tires good enough to get home. We hit the road. Go ahead. I don't think it's charging.
It's showing voltage, but it wasn't alternating at all.
Idle circuit seems to be okay, but this carb needs to be gone through. There's no accelerator pump. So when you hit the throttle, it usually gives it a shot of fuel to match the air that it's pulling in. That's not happening right now, which means we're not getting home the way that is currently. Also, it's not charging. I threw the digital meter up on the battery over here. So Dave is gonna change that. Charging whirler. Now I'm gonna go blow this apart on the table and lose everything. And then we've got 2 more issues solved. The last would be if it stays cool.
Come off of there. Oh.
Never see that again.
I couldn't come up with an oil filter wrench, so I shoved the screwdriver through it. And even with that, there it goes. It's going. Oh, holy cow. Now, the key is to get the oil filter off before you spill any on the ground.
We're making some progress. It's more of a dance. A little forward, a little backward. The carb, I just hit it with some screwdrivers and sprayed stuff in it and replaced stuff that looked like it might be the same. And that's back on. And now when I was leaning over this, ruining my back, putting that on, Dave noticed there's giant holes in the rat. So I think before we put any juice in it, we're just gonna go ahead and see if we can find one around here, or maybe we got one, swap this out, and get that done with. And that'll answer our cooling question anyway if the rat's good. This cobbled together truck here has a decent rat in it and a charging whirler. And the guy said he'd take $100 for both. We're gonna tear into this thing, get our parts. Ready?
Punch it right in.
Yes.
Oh, there's that.
More juice, recycling. We've got a charging whirler and a radiator out of a different parts truck swapped in. We've got a temporary fuel system in here. We're down to replacing an old plastic oil pressure line and put some coolant in this thing. I primed the carb. We've got that temp fuel system in, so I think we're ready to turn the key again, fire this thing up, see if it'll sit here and idle off some fresh fuel. You can hear a cylinder firing every now and then.
So this thing's running, it's misfiring or it's got a dead cylinder or something. So I've got a water bottle and you squeeze it, put a little water on the cylinders, the ones that are firing, it'll boil off immediately. The ones that aren't firing, it stays wet. So number 1 cylinder is not firing.
We've got 2, possibly 3 cylinders that aren't firing on this thing. It's time to see if this thing actually will move under its own power. We brought some cheap street tires. We had those mounted on some stockers. So I'm gonna try to crawl this thing down on some flat ground. We're gonna throw those on this thing, and then we're gonna see what this monster can do. We got it running-ish.
I think that we did really well. I mean, it has brakes, it goes forwards and backwards, it runs.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's not
and
bad.
The sun's not even down yet.
Now we have to see if it'll make it about 110 miles, taking back roads to the shop, so we can figure out what to do with this thing.
Yep.
I'm gonna jump in this, grip my teeth, hang on. Dave's gonna follow in the work truck with the trailer. When this breaks down, I could just right onto the trailer and away we go.
Hey, Derek, that has to be the first time in 21 years that that thing's driven down the street.
That's pretty awesome. It's doing good so far. Seems to handle-ish. Boy, that clunky though is aggressive. A long drive is exactly what this truck needs. It's got both half-lifts out. First stop of probably many. We're checking for fuel. We've gone 46 miles. We made it on the one little tank, but she is empty. So we're filling up. Also, this tire about fell off. The holes in the wheel are just so wallered out that these conical seat lug nuts, they're not conical seat. So we're just gonna jack her up, over torque them, and then let the wheel almost fall off again. Next fuel stop, tighten it up again, or we're making it. I'm excited to start working on this thing. Lift, tires, it's gonna be fun. The Jeep made it. So for some reason, somehow, it's now running on 8 cylinders.
This thing was parked for like 20-something years.
It just needed a beat down on the interstate.
Yeah. No, I was in his like nice GMC truck going like 79 miles an hour trying to keep up with this thing.
I'm excited. Tomorrow we're gonna start tearing into this thing. Lift, tires.
A little bit of spray paint and we'll be peeling out.
Awesome. All right, let's get some rest. We'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. Good morning. We're at the Vice Grip Garage Shop here in Tennessee. Yesterday, Dave and I went to Alabama, picked up this 72 Jeep, drove it back 110 some miles, give or take. Our plan is to build like a throwback budget build, something we can drive on the street, but then go have fun on the weekends. And that's our goal, is jack it up, put some tires on it, pep it up a little bit, and then maybe go do some wheeling this weekend.
We got 3 days right here in the shop. We got to do lift kit, wheels, tires, locker. He's doing a whole bunch of engine work to it.
I think we're going to divide and conquer so we're not crawling all over each other. So I'll make home base here, and you'll probably head to the rear. That means start tearing into that.
Yep. These old Jeeps are weird because it's like every other year they like got parts from different manufacturers. So you never know when you're working on this thing if you're going to get the right parts. So we have piles and piles of parts to try and throw at this thing.
So while Dave's in the back working on putting the springs in and the Lincoln locker, I'm gonna focus on the engine here. Somehow, for some reason, it started firing on all 8 last night. Just blew the cobwebs out of her, I guess, which is fantastic news. Basically, I'm gonna undo everything I did yesterday. Fuel is coming off, ignition is coming off. Gonna strip all this down, get the intake off, because the plan is to put a new intake, and we're gonna put a 4-barrel carburetor on this thing. Also gonna convert it to HEI, get rid of this points. I'm gonna pull the valve covers off. We're gonna do a full inspection on the valve train. We might even have to go in and lash those. Basically clean all of this up. And I think by then, I'll be able to meet Dave in the front and we can take care of the front springs.
I was doing pretty good on hardware on the shocks, but the U-bolts were like not wanting to come off. Woo! That was a good one. So I gotta torch them off. I didn't check the lift kit parts, but I assume we have new U-bolts over there. So it should be clear to cut these off. That makes things a little easier. The front hanger on the leaf spring here is just single shear, which is kind of weird. You usually see like 2 tabs that hold the leaf spring on. But this is kind of old technology. It's got a bronze bushing in the leaf spring eye itself, and then it's got a big greasable bolt that goes in. So if they actually greased it very often, this thing should come apart really easy.
You can actually hear the valves opening. So it tells you right away if they're bent. If they're not hitting the seat, you won't hear that echo. There'll just be a thud. I'm gonna drop the distributor back in so we don't lose our orientation, and I'll roll it over and we'll just visually look at these and just make sure they're all doing something.
So we have a good 4-inch lift leaf spring. These are coming from a company called BJ's Off-Road, I believe. They're kind of like a specialist in full-size Jeeps. They might look like they're gonna be really tall, but it is a 4-inch lift. They're custom made, and they were made for a 7/8 bronze bushing, but the truck needs a 1-inch. So we are going to drill this out and make it work.
So on our 4-barrel intake, we're going to be using this Holley 670 CFM 4-barrel. This is a truck Avenger. They're designed specifically for off-roading. They have a very unique metering block in here that allows up to 40-degree angles without flooding, which is a big issue, obviously, when you're off-roading side to side or forward and back. And it also has this unique vent system here. So fuel spillover will actually move from bowl to bowl instead of dumping right in, straight into your intake and again, flooding it. Also, this finish is specifically for harsh environments, mud, water, stuff like that. It lasts, it doesn't pit as much as the natural finish. So once I get that intake on, we'll plop this thing on. Holley does a great job out of the box. Usually you don't even have to touch them, just idle and let it rip.
All right, I've got the new 4-inch lift leaf springs in. I had to fight with that front bushing a bunch, went through a bunch of drill bits, but it is got a 1-inch diameter hole in it now. It's all on. Shocks are bolted on. I got to torque down the U-bolts, and that's it for rear suspension on this thing.
So the throttle does not reach far enough with the new fuel make it happen around here. With the original OE bracket, which is nice because this intake has a provision to bolt this part on. So I'm just gonna chop this up, Zeus it back together. Only need about 1 inch and 1/16, and then hopefully it'll work. The hinge point here on the floor is, well, there's a hole somewhere, and it's really weak. And I'm afraid that this is gonna rip out of the floor, and if it does, we're gonna lose our throttle. So I'm gonna weld in this plate here and try to give it some stability with my welder here. We got a lot of work done, actually. Dave, you got the whole rear end buttoned up, looks like.
Yeah, none of it was easy work. It was like things that should have gone pretty quick and easy, but fought it every inch of the way. But we got it. Leaf springs are in, shocks are in. It's got a ton of lift out back. I think tomorrow morning I'm gonna come in, weld the rear diff up, and then move to the front suspension.
All right, I should hopefully be out of your way. I got the intake, carb, all that stuff addressed. So we'll work on the front lift tomorrow. We might actually start doing a little bit of paint or something on this.
Yeah.
Change the exterior up a little bit. We'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning.
Sweet.
Welcome to day 3 of our J10. As you can see, we're not quite finished yet. We've got to finish the front lift today. Dave's gonna link and lock the rear.
Yep.
I think while he's doing that, I'm gonna mount some tires and wheels up and spray bomb those so they can start drying. And there's a lot of different ways to do this. You can obviously paint them first and then mount them. But unfortunately, most tire machines will just gack up the edge and peel all your paint off here. You really have to mount the tire on the wheel. Now, if you beat them or fill them with air, a lot of people like the playing card trick or license plates or whatever around the edge, and then you can spray them down. And that works just fine. But personally, I found that you can't paint the edge of the lip of the wheel. So when you take those playing cards out, this would still be black. So I figured this trash bag trick out, and basically we can wrap a trash bag around here, drape it over the rubber part of the tire. You could spray around the wheel, get all the lips and edges. When it dries, you rip the bag off and add wind to your tire, and you're done.
I'm gonna weld this window all up. I'll flip it over, do the same over and over again, and then all of a sudden this will just be a big chunk of steel. It's actually a really cool rear axle. It's got a Dana 60 in the back of it. That's a semi-float 5-lug axle, which is kind of uncommon.
Putting some undercoat on it. It'll definitely give it that new look. See?
Oh, you got my hand.
I wonder if this is flammable. Keep welding. Biggest challenge is our new springs are wider than these stockers. So we're gonna have to get a little creative widening up this shock. But everything else looks like it's probably gonna somewhat fit on the front better than the rear when Dave had to hog everything out on the bushings there. But get these U-bolts off, drop these springs, get the new shocks in, new springs in. Hopefully that's it. Yep. Yep. It's all precision. That was the one. Golden.
Look at that. Oh my. We're putting a winch on this Jeep because it's gonna get stuck in the mud because that's where we're at. We're in mud country. So we got the biggest winch you could buy, and I gotta try and fit it onto this little tiny truck. I'm gonna cut this nice chrome bumper all the heck, and then I'm gonna scoot the winch plate back and weld it to that cross member, cut a little bit out of the grill, and we'll be ready to go.
Gonna weld up the whole bottom, and then Dave said something about gusts. When we're hanging off a cliff, is what Dave said. This needs to not come off of that, is what I'm trying to do. Basically, I'm gonna draw up a template with the original CAD, cardboard aided development here. I'm gonna transfer this into TurboCAD, transfer that into SheetCam, and then transfer that into Mach 3 after we program it. And we could cut it out on the table, and we'll have a nice shapely piece. I'm kind of thinking just like a triangular shape here that goes back to the frame that we can weld in.
Man, that thing sounds like a washing machine.
Nice.
It's got good action.
So this AMC 360 right now is running a points ignition. So it has an external coil, and then it runs a points or contacts in here in this distributor. And there really isn't anything wrong with that per se, but it's a common upgrade to go to HEI, the high energy ignitions. We were able to get this overnighted here, so we still are going to pull this out. Just more reliable, a little bit better performance, and it helps not have more stuff in line that's gonna break or fail once we sink this into a swamp and there's water everywhere. Give her a tickle of timing with the old ear meter, and it should fire right off. Timing needs adjusted, but I don't want to grab that. So we'll just let it run and charge that battery for a second.
Voltmeter's not working now.
Yeah, that stopped on the way home.
Okay. Tach's working, oil pressure's good.
Well, as you could hear, the thing runs way better, tremendously better. Still got a little bit of work to do. Got a tiny coolant leak. The coolant's coming up the threads of a bolt. That's no big deal. Got to dial in the carb a little bit, hook up the electrical choke, Put the vacuum advance on after I set the timing, and then this is pretty well done.
The winch is on,
Yeah.
the rear shocks are in. I think there was, oh, I welded up the rear end. That was
Yeah.
a good day.
Rear's locked. We got a lot done today. We're in the middle of putting the lift in. Actually, we got the lift done today. We got tires and wheels. I'm gonna work on the engine a bit. You're gonna start in the back?
Yeah, I'm gonna mess with lights in the bed so it looks cool. Mount the spare, mount the jack.
Nice.
That's kind of it, and then it's time to paint it.
Awesome. I got my buddy Chad here as well. He's a muffler man, old school guy, been doing it for 3 decades. He's gonna bend up some pipe, get this thing sounding nice, and I'm gonna work up here on the front on the engine, and then tomorrow, wheeling. So we're gonna be measuring manifold vacuum, and this is just a quick, easy way to adjust the idle circuit. We're looking for the cleanest combustion we can get in our fuel mixture, so we'll just watch this gauge and run these screws in and out and just adjust them accordingly, and that's gonna pretty much do for our idle circuit. We're not really gonna know our jets until we get this thing out and run it. Nice thing is, all this can be done basically on the trail with a nut driver and a screwdriver, so I'm not too worried about it. And then we'll put a timing light on the timing. Pretty much got that dialed in with the ear meter, but we'll just double check it.
We've got a cool old roll bar in this thing, and it's got tabs on it, so we picked up some KCs for it. It's got to have that cool retro look on top. Busy day back here. This is going to be the tire carrier. I'll drill a couple of holes and we'll make some all-thread bolts, and the tire will squeeze right up in there. Tire mount done. Just gotta kind of get it sort of in place. There we go. We had some leftover rubber washer things from the lights that I didn't use. This is actually kind of legit.
So this is Chad. He's a good friend of mine from Volunteer Muffler. You might recognize him from season 1, episode 1 with the yellow Mustang.
It's a fine automobile.
Yeah. So he's down here gonna work on the Jeep for us. Put some new exhaust in. I think we decided to do like a classic sound, like the Flowmaster 40. And you're gonna do duals all the way out?
Yep.
Nice. Let that engine breathe a little bit. Gonna cut him loose, let him do his thing. I don't know how he does what he does, but he does a really good job.
The first thing you want to look at after you look at the manifold to see what kind of mess you're going to be in is if it's four-wheel drive, work around the transfer case, the fuel lines, emergency brakes. If it's something Derek's owned, you know, you got to work on a lot of stuff around that.
Guys like Chad are so hard to find today because most exhaust shops only do kits now. Like they make kits for vehicles and they clamp them together and weld them here and there. Chad is an old school traditional guy where he'll just make every system from scratch. But he's pretty modest. He won't tell you he's good, but he's really good.
You say so, Captain.
So we want to add a little flair or pop to our paint here. Obviously, it's got a lot of rust and stuff like that, so we're not going to go nuts, but we do want that 80s look. We originally thought maybe 3 big stripes on here, but we've talked it over and boiled it down to kind of one panel here. We're going to color, do some kind of 80s stuff on it. So I'm going to tape it off, scuff it up with some gray Scotch-Brite, and then start laying in some colors, pinstripe around it, and I think it's going to look really cool. First thing in the morning, we're going to throw those tires and wheels on this, and you guys can check it out complete.
Oh, it's raining rust on me. You shook the rust out of the roof on that donut pass.
Yeah, Posse's working great. Well, here it is, our 72 Jeep. Just 4 days we took this Jeep from sitting on a hillside forgotten to a Jeep that's not only roadworthy, but we're gonna prove it's off-road worthy, hopefully.
Yeah, it's gotta be good. It's got a locker in the rear now. It's still four-wheel drive. It's got big old honking mud tires. It's making massive amounts of power.
It's running so much better. Under the hood here, we put a 4-barrel intake, 4-barrel carburetor, switched it to HEI, did a bunch of tune-up stuff on it, changed all the fluids, of course.
Yep.
Dave Lincoln locked the rear, 4-inch lift, shocks, tires, wheels.
Lights, we like shook the accessory catalog and like all of it fell on this truck right here.
The paint really hits the 80s mark. We were kind of uncertain about the champagne on top, but outside the flake, it's
amazing.
Really yeah, it looks great. The exhaust sounds awesome. The true duals with some old school Flowmaster 40s and of course the chisel tips on it. But I think it turned out great. I mean, 4 days, couldn't ask for more.
Yeah.
I think it's a nice looking truck. The only thing left to do is go find some mud.
All right, there should be plenty. It rained for the last week solid, and we got sun today. This is awesome. So let's go hit up the off-road park and see what it'll do.
Nice. Oh, our voltmeter is back.
Oh, checked in?
Yeah.
All right.
This is weird for me. It's not overheating. We have oil pressure, and it's charging.
Huh. This is a nice unit. This might be the new crew car. It's important to not really tear up the parking lot when you get to these places. Never get invited back. Got some of that red clay.
Red clay. Should I cross over or stay left?
I would get in the ditch.
You think?
Yeah, you're not gonna know if it's any good or not if you don't test it. We have mud tires and a locker. There's pretty much no stopping this machine.
Except that tree.
Now, there's caution tape all around here because I think they don't want to get on this trail at the moment.
Because of the tree?
Yeah. You wiped out a light cover.
Shoot.
It landed in the bed. We're good.
Just bolts? Wow. Come on, Leos. There we go.
I cannot believe how well this thing is running. This thing was a garbage truck, and now it's out here living its best life, giving the old Tennessee bump.
I don't feel like we're... Is that side spinning?
Let's see. I mean, yeah,
Okay.
their front's engaged. It's just snotty out here. There it is. The old greasy hill climb. So we head down.
This is where we're gonna hit a tree. Pretty decent couch.
Granite slabs out here.
Need some countertops?
It just chugs along.
Yeah.
Fraction of the price of a side-by-side. Oh boy. Gonna have to cross the creek. I'll drive.
Okay.
Do you think if I do a bunch of work to my Ford, it'll make this kind of power?
No.
Right there.
It seems like we're doing it.
I like it. Why didn't we lock the front?
I don't know. We had enough wire. There she goes.
This thing steers incredible.
It's not bad. It doesn't get bound up.
No. And what's crazy is like, this thing works really good for a $3,000 truck. This is smoke.
We just popped our heater core for some reason. Well, first time having hot fluid in it in 2 decades. So I'm gonna take one hose and just loop it from the water pump back to the intake and basically delete the heater core. Otherwise, we're gonna lose all of our ice cube juice out here and overheat.
This is the dumbest sport ever.
Okay, that was easy. Dave scooped a bunch of water out of the creek, topped off the rad, everything's buttoned back up. Now Dave's gonna continue to drive and hopefully not break it again. Oh, there's the diff. Oh, you can see it right in the center where it hit.
Yeah.
We chunked it out.
Let's go far left and see if we can get over it. No. So we'll go far right.
Now left. There you go. Oh no! Stay away, Rock! Oh, so close! Oh, we made it!
Piece of cake.
Yes! Oh, 1/8 of an inch. No more than 1/8 of an inch.
Oh. They still don't work very good.
No, the brakes are not so brakey. It's the first time I've been nervous today. You weren't kidding about the rust.
The rust waterfall. It actually locked up the tire.
Wow. Well, we made it. This is the top of the hill of the trails where we're at. This Jeep is actually pretty good.
Yeah. This is the first time in my history that I've actually seen somebody blow the cobs out, and it worked.
Yeah. Runs great, rear locker worked great. The suspension is finally starting to articulate, get worn in a little bit.
The cheapest tires you could find did amazing.
We didn't even have to use the winch.
No,
Maybe we got to go back down that way.
put that on your car trailer. You'll use it plenty.
Probably. You know, for a $3,000 truck that's been sitting 2 decades, I think we did pretty awesome. Thanks for the help on this, man.
No worries, man. Thanks for calling me out.
Yeah. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of Roadworthy Rescues, but stay tuned. There's plenty more cars to save.
Roll out.
I take back the soft suspension comment.